The 2022 Trek4Mandela team of climbers are back from Tanzania after summiting Mt Kilimanjaro. The annual expedition to summit Africa's highest peak on Mandela Day was also to celebrate its 10th anniversary. The initiative brings together inspired individuals to help raise funds and create awareness for the Caring for Girls program. eNCA producer Scara Mafokoane joined climbers and documented the highs and lows of the expedition.
It's the toughest challenge I have ever engaged in. Summiting Mount Kilimanjaro was no walk in the park. This year, the expedition celebrates its 10th year. It was established in 2012 and has supported over 1.5 million girls. Before the expedition, I sat down with founder of the foundation, Richard Mabaso. He tells me that over a decade, the initiative was able to grow and create awareness around menstrual hygiene.
The bigger goal was to make sure that we help young girls access adequate sanitary protection or sanitary pads or menstrual hygiene education. And we look back now, we can look back with pride to say that we have been able not only to achieve that goal, but in the process to inspire many other people.
According to the foundation, girls from poor backgrounds could miss on average 50 days of school each year due to menstrual-related challenges. Before we set off for Kili, one had to get some wise words from previous summiteers.
When you arrive on Kili, they teach you one word that you must remember, which is pole pole. Take it slowly, because life sometimes slows you down when you are at high speed. So that was one of the issues that I learned, but also that you need to also have your pace, but your pace sometimes need to also work with others who are behind you and those who are in front of you.
With that, I'm confident, although anxious of what lies ahead. After months of preparation and intense physical training, all wheels are in motion to summit Africa's highest mountain. We land at the Kilimanjaro International Airport. Here, you are greeted by the magnificent views of this beautiful mountain. I knew the daunting task that lay ahead, but in this case, above the clouds. From the airport, we take an hour's drive to the town of Moshi, to our hotel. Throughout the journey, you maintain sight of the target, often hiding itself behind a blanket of clouds. We arrive at the hotel, quickly refresh before we get our marching orders.
First day is pretty straightforward. We start along in the rainforest, and then we have a camp, our first overnight halt at HOROMBO, and then we overnight there. But the next 4 days is just purely focused on helping the climbers to get to the summit halt feeling much more stronger, healthier, having had a little bit of acclimatization, not even thinking about the summit itself. And terrain-wise, it's easy going, which is very deceiving, really, because it tends to make people or fool people to think that it's easy, but then summit night tends to be a shock in the system. But we talk to them, we'll tell them, don't be fooled by what you will be going through for the next couple of days.
It's all systems go as we start to ascend Africa's highest mountain. Our expedition will summit via the MARANGU route. It is one of the 7 routes used to reach the peak. Nicknamed the Coca-Cola, it has the lowest success rate and a 5-day hike to get to UHURU Peak. The trail begins by ascending a beautiful tropical rainforest until we reach MANDARA, some 4 to 5 hours away. Along the way, we are treated to a warm lunch by our porters to break the exhaustion. Porters and guides play an integral role in the expedition, carrying our overnight bags along and equipment. The milestone climbers arrive at MANDARA hut. As you can see, the elevation there is 2,720 meters, and a bit of a steep, I must say. So, trying to catch our breath a bit, but day one complete. We'll be spending the night here at MANDARA hut, and the ascent will continue on day two tomorrow. See jubilations from the teams. A little after 4 o'clock, we make it to our first rest camp, a very wet and misty MANDARA hut. Here, climbers are paired and allocated rooms to spend the night.
Day 2, guys. I need to wake up now. We sleep at MANDARA hut. We're gonna go to HOROMBO. We're gonna walk today 11 kilometers. We're supposed to do in 5 hours, but now we're gonna do in 10 hours.
After a quick refresh, climbers make a quick consultation with our expedition doctor. Among others, Dr. Clements checks our blood pressure, oxygen levels, and heart rate. This is done to diagnose any mountain sickness symptoms. The climbers have breakfast, a quick reflection before setting off to HOROMBO.
I think the great lesson that I'm taking away from yesterday, because there was a lesson that I got yesterday, was that when you've got a big task ahead of you, working as a team made a difference. And I really felt the teamwork yesterday. So I really enjoyed that. And I was pleasantly surprised that I got here and I'm not sore and I can still walk normally.
The start of day 2 continues through the forest until the trail opens into the moorland. At this point, we're supposed to get the first views of Kilimanjaro. However, the weather wasn't playing ball. It's a long, cold way to HOROMBO. The exhaustion from the ascent and high altitude kicks in. However, the camaraderie from climbers kept us going through the chill and the light rain.
I feel better now.
We finally make it to an extremely cold HOROMBO hut.
Yeah, it's been a tough 10 hours. My feet are burning, but I must say the experience is worth it.
Just been corrected. 20 turning 21 is young, and I say young because I'm older. Young Letao Hatang, the youngest climber in the group. How are you feeling, darling?
I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
I'm tired, but I'm glad we're here. And yeah, I'm gonna get some rest now. It was tough. It was not easy. It was a long day, but it's exciting that we all made it.
Good morning. It's just gone 6 o'clock and we're at the HOROMBO hut. We are sitting at 3,720 meters above sea level. And as you can see behind me, the sun is starting to come out. Got a bit of sun and we are above the clouds. That's what you see behind me. It's extremely cold, and I think we our bodies have adapted now to the high altitude. Today's program, we will be leaving HOROMBO to acclimatize, go up KIBO, and then come back, sleep here at HOROMBO again before the summit on the 18th. Day 3 is mostly for our bodies to acclimatize to the increasingly high altitude. We use the day to take a journey to the remarkable Zebra Rocks, getting the first preview of the full mountain along the way. And that is what we're here for. Our first sight of Mt Kilimanjaro.
As you can see, she's tall, she's big, She's menacing. I think they're already feeling a little bit scared, but being scared is acceptable. We're having a rest day today, and they're going back to recover and get more energy to take her up in 2 days' time.
Meanwhile, back at HOROMBO, dinner is being prepared. If you're wondering what's on the menu, well, rest assured, we're being taken care of.
Dinner tonight, we prepare the vegetable soup and the pasta and beef stroganoff sauce and vegetables.
Later in the evening, we break bread and share some lighter moments. The scenery along the route is littered with volcanic rocks. This final stretch to KIBO is steep and physically challenging. This is our final resting camp before attempting the summit. Much to our delight, our guides kept us refreshed, often bursting into song along the route.
Hakuna matata, tembea pole pole. Hakuna matata, tukija na MANDARA. Hakuna matata, tukaja na HOROMBO. Hakuna matata. Yes.
We arrive at KIBO. Temperatures are fast dropping, and one needs to quickly organize his equipment and warm clothes for the final push to the peak.
It ain't gonna be easy. You will be very cold tonight. Your feet will die at some point, your fingers will, whole body sometimes, and you will hate it. But if you remind yourself why you left South Africa in the first place, you'll probably push through that, because those will be your challenges, that challenges you to grow yourself beyond those things. And at some point, all that shall pass. So it's a question where, when it passes, where would you be? Would you be at the top? Or you would have made your way down because you've given up? I don't know. It's up to you. I believe you can do it.
A brief from our expedition leader. It's meant to instill a bit of hope to the group. We have at least 4 hours to rest before that final push.
It's midnight and we started our summit night. Hopefully in the next 6 hours we'll be arriving at HOROMBO Peak. Best of luck to everyone.
It is extremely cold. It is dark with temperatures in their negatives. Headlamps strapped to our foreheads. That is the only light shining your way up UHURU Peak. The going gets tough with every step you take. We have to regulate our breathing as the oxygen gets thinner and thinner.
Bit of sunrise there. Look how beautiful.
This patch of the trail is considered the most difficult part of the climb. It is scattered with loose rocks.
Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, no stopping. Let's go, let's go!
We arrive at Gilman's Point to experience the glorious view. Afterward, continue along the edge of the crater to UHURU Peak. Along the way, we face snow on the final stretch of the patch. At this point, what separates us and victory is nothing short of determination and a stubborn faith. A little after 10 o'clock, the 2022 Trek4Mandela team reached the highest point in Africa and the very top of Kilimanjaro. We are at an altitude of 5,895 meters above sea level in what was truly an unforgettable experience.
It was very difficult. As you can hear, I'm out of breath, but it was worth every step that we took to the mountain. And we continue to support the legacy of Madiba, as we know that through Trek4Mandela, we're keeping millions of girls in schools to make sure that they do not miss school simply because they do not have access to adequate sanitary protection.
I'm really feeling good, and I'm really glad that we have managed to reach this far with most of the group, and I'm glad for everyone.
Scara Mafokoane, at the rooftop of Africa, Mt Kilimanjaro in Tanzania.